Well, thanks for popping in. Just went for a ride and I'm just here up at Lightning Park again. It's such a beautiful day today. I had to come out. We're just getting that really good weather, that last of it, before our winter starts to come. And the video today is about these, what I'm wearing. The IVUE Rincon. And what these are, they're what they call a point of view glasses that you wear, and they've got a little camera right here, right in the center. And whatever you look at, you can take a picture. So, you know, if you're wearing your sunglasses, you just want to take a picture, you just push a button on the side and you're taking a photograph, or you can take a photo. And they're pretty good. So, you know, they're very, very convenient like that. And I saw them on the internet, did a bit of research, so I purchased them. And I would just like to share my experience I've had with these glasses with you. Right there in the center of the glasses is the camera, and that camera actually has a little tilt adjustment. You can adjust that tilt to look down or to look up. You can adjust that depending on how you wear your glasses or how your face fits. The glasses are actually polarized lenses, and they're actually pretty good. I actually like wearing them as sunglasses, even though they may not even be used as a camera. Right here you can see that there is the switches that you push. The front one starts the recording and stops the recording, and when you start it you get 2 buzzes, it vibrates, and when you stop it you get 1 vibration, so you actually know when you're starting and stopping it. The back one there is for your Wi-Fi, and this is so you can connect it to your phone and to the app and download your images. Now if we just pull this up here, underneath you can see there's our SD card, and there's also the place where you charge them. Okay, so that's this thing here. You have to be very careful with it as you pull it up and down, so you just push that back into place. The glasses actually come with this little holder here, which works quite well for holding them on your head. They're actually very secure, and the glasses are designed so these arms actually sit away from your face, because the actual device has electronics in it. This side here actually gets quite warm, so they've designed it on purpose so you haven't got like a hot piece next to your face. So that's the glasses there. The lenses also can be taken out and replaced, and they come with some other lenses that you can put in there. You could probably even get prescription lenses put in there. I can't see why not. So the lenses can be removed very easily. Okay, now we're filming these using the glasses. I've just popped the glasses down on the step and I'm just filming them so you can see what they're like. I've actually found that when the glasses are actually positioned in a place where they're actually mounted and they're very still, the actual footage out of them is actually pretty good. You don't get that shuddering and warping effect that you can get with these, which I'll show you later in the footage, and which you sort of have to try and get rid of using D-shake stabilizers. Just going quite slow now on the bike. I'll just check how fast we're going. I'm going to start my ride. Okay, we're just doing 11 k's now, 12 k's, so we're going pretty slow. So that's with the glasses, and you can see I'll just start pedaling and I'll start looking around. You really need to have the adjustment on these glasses. There's like you can change the angle of the camera, and you really need to have it as high as you can go, and then if you're just looking down a bit you can only see the road. You've got to be looking right up to get a picture if you're riding a bike, to get the picture down the road. So that's just something you need to be aware of when using them. Okay, we have a bit of a quick overview of the glasses there, and what we'll do now is we'll talk about the pros and cons of these glasses. Now, what are the pros? The pros are that when you're wearing these glasses, they're absolutely fantastic for convenience. You have them on your head and you can be walking around, you know, you might be on an outing or you're just in your car and you just want to record something, you're on your bike, just want to record something because someone does something stupid on the side of the road. It's just a one finger press and within maybe 2 seconds it starts filming. And that's really convenient. The convenience of them is really, really good. And I've also found that you can use them to pick up audio as well, you know. So, you know, if you're just walking somewhere and, you know, you just want to get what someone's saying, you might even want to record them or just ask them if you can record them because you might want an address or something like that. You can just press them because they're on your face. They're there, easy. You don't even have to pull your phone out. You don't have to type anything in. So they're really convenient like that. The glasses come with polarized lenses, and I've actually found that they're really good as sunglasses. A lot of the sunglasses you buy, especially if you buy these cheap ones, you know, in Southeast Asia and all that, the fashion copies and all this, even safety glasses I've found, the actual lenses for Australia aren't dark enough. So you still get that glare coming through the glasses. And I found that with these, they're actually quite dark, so they're very, very good for bright sunlight, for being outside, and I suppose they've been designed for that. They're also polarized. Some people may like that. It does sometimes change the color of things and gives it a bit of a different look. It can make cars look more glossy. So it does have some, what do you call it, effects on what you're really seeing. But I find it quite nice. It seems to make everything kind of glisten, especially cars, you know, the paintwork just glistens. So if you're into that sort of thing and you like cars like I do, they're great. Okay, so these ants are getting me here. It must be tasty. Anyway, the glasses. Okay, what are the cons? And there is quite a few cons with these glasses because they're only $300 Aussie, so we can't expect too much from them. Now, one of the things that I found is they're 1080p and they're 30 frames per second and 720p and 60 frames per second. Now, even though they're 1080p, the quality is okay. Probably your camera phone would give you better footage. It's pretty average. It's usable, but it's average. And when you put it onto 720p for 60 frames, so you might want to like slow that 60 frames down to a 24 timeline or a 30 frame timeline, it just doesn't work. I've tried it. It just looks, the picture starts to jitter and break up. So you really can't, if you want to get slow-mo with these, you really can't use them for that application. They're just really for filming and using what you're filming in your timeline if you want to make a video or a little Insta story or something like that. And they're okay for those kind of applications. Okay, now we have a memory card in it, and I think you can put a 64 gig into there maximum. That takes quite a few photos or takes quite a bit of video, so really you haven't really got any restrictions there. It takes quite a lot of footage. But the problem is if you want to take long videos with these glasses, it takes quite a long time to download them via their Wi-Fi when you connect to the glasses. And there's an app for the iOS and there's an app for the Android as well. Now, when you put the Wi-Fi on, there's some little LEDs just in here, and they flash to give you different indications. So you can tell when it's ready to be paired, and you can tell when it's paired, you can tell what frame rate it's in and what resolution it's in by the colours, and it gives you all those instructions. So they're pretty nifty there, that sort of stuff. So it's easier to tell when you've got the glasses. Now, what I found with the app, it's a bit clunky. You can tell these glasses are not really that refined, and what happens is even when you look at some of the images in there, the actual display for the start of the video is not actually the video. So sometimes you can be a little bit confused, and you've got to be careful if you're deleting them, you don't delete the wrong ones. And what you actually have to do is you have to download them on the Wi-Fi to your app, especially if you have an Apple system, like I'm using an iPad. You can't just take the SD card out of the glasses and put it in a reader and download them into the app, because Apple have restrictions and they don't like MP4 footage. So that's a problem. So it takes it quite a bit of time. When you download them, if you've taken long frames, it takes quite a while to download your footage. If they're short, you do short little snaps, it doesn't take too long, and it's quite okay. Once you've got them onto the app, then you have a problem getting them off the app into your photo suite, or to use them in some way in your photo editor. Generally, you want to get them into your photo suite so you can use iMovie, I use LumaFusion or whatever, so you can edit your video, so you can do something with it. Or even if you just want to upload it to Instagram or something like that. Now, what you've got to do is you've got to use the app and then like copy to or download to. So in the app you've got to like, there's a little download symbol, and you got to use that download symbol to get it into your software. So it takes a little bit of working out. When I first got them, I actually thought they were going to be useless because I couldn't work out how to get them out of the app and into the photo file, or even get them onto another app to do anything with. Another con is the image. It's not stabilized at all. So if you're doing anything like walking along or riding a bicycle or any type of active sport like you would use a GoPro for, the footage out of this camera is pretty bad, and when you hit a bump like on your bike, the whole picture does that kind of warping look that you get in video, and it's a little bit annoying if you're using good equipment. Like I've got a Canon full frame camera here. The quality is really poor in comparison to that, but it is usable, and you can get some of the footage to look quite good. Another con is the colors in the actual footage that you get with this camera. Now, what actually happens is when you're riding along or you're walking along and you go from a shady area to a sunny area, it automatically adjusts. It must adjust the aperture or something like that, or sensitivity of the sensor in there somehow. And it really has a problem with that, and you'll find that you'll get like artifacts with contrast. The colors can go pinky, purpley, and all sorts of funny colors. And I've also had this with my drone as well. Sometimes when you drone, you point it towards the sun, you can get this. So other cameras aren't immune from it, but these glasses do suffer fairly badly with that type of condition of filming. Right, so we've got all these negativities with these glasses, and we can in some ways get around that. So what I do is I actually get the footage and I run it through a stabilizing app called D-Shake. It does help a bit. If the bumps are really bad and there's a lot of warping, it can't get that out, but sometimes you can run it through the D-Shaker a few times and the footage looks fairly reasonable. It looks okay to use. So you can do that, especially if you're walking. On the bicycle where there's bumps or something like that, there's a lot of bumping and your glasses are bouncing around, then it does make it more difficult. If you're driving a car or something like that, it also works a lot better. The colours out of the actual glasses are pretty average, and they do need to be worked on a little bit. I put them into LumaFusion and I use the colour grading in there and some of the LUTs in there to actually try and make the footage look better. You're never going to get it to look as good as like a proper camera like that's in front of me now, like the Canon I've got. But you can get it to look quite okay. So you do need to fiddle around with the colours. I don't know, it tends to have this kind of edges of colours tend to be a little bit washed out, so sometimes you need to change the colour points and that sort of thing and play around, but depending on whether it's in shade or in the sun, it tends to be a little bit different. So if you actually got one piece of footage that goes from shade to sunny or from sunny to shade, that can actually be a little bit of a challenge to get the colours looking nicely. Okay, well, that's the glasses, the IVUE Rincon glasses, which is their latest model, and the Wi-Fi is actually pretty good. And you can also control the settings from the app as well. It's got a few different settings in there. Like you can change, the contrast. Well, not the contrast. Sorry, you can change the exposure, and you can also change your 1080p and 720p settings. It's the idea of these things here. I really like the idea, and the glasses, the convenience of them is just unbeatable. There's no other product on the market that gives you the convenience of these. Even like a GoPro, you still got to pick it up, you still got to bot onto your bike or put a harness on or hold it. Same with a phone, you got to hold it, or you got to pull it out of your pocket, pull it out of your handbag, and you need to hold it out in front of you so you haven't got your hands free. So I find that that's a bit of a challenge, and I don't like riding a bicycle holding a phone that's pointing at me and I'm talking at the phone, I'm trying to ride my bike. I know a lot of people do those sorts of things and also walk along and do that sort of stuff, but I do believe that is not that safe. It's hazardous. You can walk into things or you can ride into things very easily, and I like to be able to, in emergency, like to be able to easily just keep my hands on the handlebars or whatever. And I think that these sorts of devices, like point of view glasses, are really handy for driving and riding bicycles and skiing and all these sorts of sports where you want to be able to shift your weight, you want to have the freedom of not to hold something, and you want to get footage. So the idea of this point of view application is really, it's a really great idea, and I do believe they're getting better. Their last edition wasn't quite as good. They're getting better with these glasses, and you can see some of the things they've done with them. They look fairly okay on your head. They're not too gawky, and they've also kept their arms away from you so you don't get the heat from the glasses. And they've got the strap at the back, and quite a bit of stuff comes in the bag with them, and they come with a nice case as well. So they've thought of a few things. Now, what they really need to do with these glasses to really, take it up to GoPro and some of these other products that are on the market is they need to, one, have image stabilization. I think that's a must with these sorts of devices that you're going to wear and they're going to be moving around. That's what I see as a must. If you want these glasses to compete with other products on the market, they need to have some sort of stabilization you can turn on. Even if it heavily crops the picture, it doesn't matter. You need to have that image stabilization. What also would be nice is some higher frame rates, but I know that takes processing memory, so that would probably make it a little bit harder as you're trying to keep electronics quite small in a device like this. That would be optional. I'd like to see that as an option. And also maybe even you can get them in maybe a couple of different styles or a few different styles, because people are very funny about glasses and the way they look on them, and if they look gawky they won't wear them. But overall, I think that these glasses are getting there, and if they can improve the in-body stabilization of them, they'll be a fantastic product. And even at this stage, the way they are there, I find they're the best way for me to get cycling footage, unless obviously I've got a GoPro on the front of my bike. But then it's not the convenience to turn it on and off. With these, you can just turn them on for a few seconds, turn them off. It's just so easy.